How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan, born to battle. Star on our chest means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the star shines bright, that's when we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the angry Cowboys fan. And Cowboys Nation, pardon my tardiness on this video. Real talk. I've been outside shoveling all day because it's been snowing up here nonstop, but I got to keep my porch and the walkways clear. But I know you guys understand. But anyway, this week is yet another test for our Dallas Cowboys. As we all know, our Dallas Cowboys have to travel up to the Motor City in Detroit to face another team that's playing for their playoff lives in the Detroit Lions. Well, on NFL Live, Laura Rutledge, Dan Orlovsky, Mina Kimes, and Swagoo Marcus Spears discussed the upcoming game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all, and y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, angry Cowboys fans, let's go ahead and take a listen to the first clip from the crew over at NFL Live.
Dallas last week against Kansas City, all of their sacks on Patrick Mahomes came from a 4-man rush. And Quentin Williams had a lot to do with that. But this run game is going to be vital as well. We all know the weakness of the Detroit Lions offensive line. We know the weakness of Jared Goff. Pressure in his face. We've said it 1,000 times. Another thing I'm be interested to see, though, Dan and MK, is how much does Demarion Overshown, how much is he used as a blitzer?
Well, I was just about to ask you, because I feel like for Detroit, their best chance is getting Gibbs out in space.
Yep.
So do you send him to try to force him to stay in and pass protect, which has been such a weakness for them?
I would trust him tackling in space more often than not, too.
Yeah, you do, but she means, like getting it out of your hand. That is, it's a real good chess match. This defense, Dallas defense, now can run.
Eberflus can coach now.
Come on, Dan Orlovsky. Eberflus can coach now. But yes, Cowboys Nation, the defensive front for our Dallas Cowboys should definitely be a factor against this Detroit Lions offensive front. According to today's injury report, Penei Sewell and Tyler Decker didn't participate in today's practice. Graham Glasgow was listed as limited, and everybody knows what limited means. He could be available for the game on Thursday. So the Dallas Cowboys have to take advantage of any type of offensive front that they bring to the table. And like Swagoo said, you put that pressure right up the middle with Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams. Go ahead and get Jared Goff off of his square, Cowboys Nation. But jumping into the second clip that I got for y'all, Mina Kimes gives her 2 cents on the game. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that so we can come back and talk about it. Roll a clip.
Were you now watching the gunplay action stuff, which is great, as you highlighted it, and thinking, man, I bet Philly wishes they could do some of that.
Yeah.
And for next, but Clayton Adams, who's their run game coordinator, I have to think he's involved in some of this because the run and the pass look so much like each other. Philadelphia. Okay, Lions, let's go to the matchup here. If they play man coverage, that's a death wish against this team. And we know they play a ton of man coverage. We know they blitz a lot. You can't do that against Dallas. You got to just try to stop the bleeding and play for red zone stops. I was looking at which team played them the best. It was actually the Arizona Cardinals, who just played a ton of quarters. They play a ton of quarters normally. Light boxes, dared them to run it, put extra bodies in coverage. That's really your best chance against these Dallas receivers because they're so dominant and because the quarterback is so good against pressure. So big challenge for Kelvin Shepard. That's a pretty strong identity shift from what they normally do, but I think it's necessary for this game because you have no other choice.
But like I said in my video yesterday, I wish a team would play man-to-man coverage against this Dallas Cowboys team. I pray that the Detroit Lions play man-to-man coverage against us on Thursday. Go ahead and play that single high safety and watch Dak Prescott carve y'all up like it was Thanksgiving again. But right now, the Dallas Cowboys have more than one way to get that ball down the field. So if you play quarters defense, we can hit with the quick slants, or we can get you out on the flats. We can play the flats to our advantage, or we can run the damn ball and control time of possession. Whatever it is, This Dallas Cowboys team is going to have to come out, play with the same type of aggression that we've seen the past 3 weeks. But let's go ahead and jump into the third clip. In the third clip, the crew at NFL Live, they speak about the key players for the Detroit Lions that may be out during the game against the Dallas Cowboys. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that so we can come back and unpack this raw and uncut.
I mean, you make a great point. Shotty has stuck with the run game even when he's been successful pushing the ball down the field. I think that's going to be big for him as well.
Yeah. It's just so funny. You brought up Arizona. Like, it wasn't that long ago that they lost to Arizona at home. And then now look at how we're talking about this team. The Cowboys favored in 4 of their remaining 5 games, according to ESPN Analytics. That's what Jerry's talking about. Okay, new on NFL Live from Adam Schefter. For the second straight day, this is something important for this game. Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown did not practice today due to that sprained ankle he suffered on Thanksgiving. Something to monitor certainly as we get closer to Thursday night's game. We'll continue to bring you updates.
I'm going to keep it a buck, Cowboys Nation. I hope that Matt Eberflus is game planning for Amon-Ra St. Brown to be playing in this game, because I would hate to count him out and to see him take the field on Thursday. But y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
Man, keeping it real, man, keep it real, that's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation, first and foremost, I gotta say this. Mina Combs, what are you doing? Why are you hinting toward the Philadelphia Eagles to come snatch Clayton Adams from us? You can't do that. We don't need to give them any type of ammunition to use against us next season. Nah, Clayton Adams is staying here. He's staying here for our Dallas Cowboys. But anyway, the Dallas Cowboys have to get their get back when it comes to the Detroit Lions. They came to AT&T Stadium last year and embarrassed the hell out of our Dallas Cowboys. We can't allow them to do that. Not again this time, Cowboys Nation. But we know how aggressive Dan Campbell can be in his play calling, Cowboys Nation. This man goes for it on 4th down almost every time. We got to make sure that he's behind the sticks when it comes to the 4th downs. He has to be like 4th and 3 or 4th and 5. We can't allow him to be 4th and 1 because he's going to go for it every single time. But we got to continue the pressure on the quarterback. During the Chiefs game on Thanksgiving, our front 4 was able to get home consistently during that game. I got a feeling that if Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams can keep that pressure going up the middle, the pass rush will be able to get home. We will lock their offense down. But Mina Kimes also brought up a key point in that segment. He spoke about the Dallas Cowboys not allowing Jahmyr Gibbs to get into space. Blitzing another player like a DeMarvion Overshown could keep him in there to try and give more pass protection to Jared Goff. And speaking of Jahmyr Gibbs, we cannot allow this running dynamic duo to run all over us on Thursday. Ever since Quinnen Williams joined the team, we've been able to hold running backs to a minimum, but we have to keep it up. Otherwise, it's going to get out of hand for our defense. And with Amon-Ra St. Brown potentially missing this game, I got a feeling that the Detroit Lions are going to try to run the ball instead of airing the ball out. But don't get it twisted. They do have Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams was a factor against us last year. So let's make sure we take that away and take whatever they do best out of the way so they can beat us in another way. Take the run game right out of it and have them beat us with their tight ends. You know, Laporta's not going to be in this game either, Cowboys Nation. But one thing that I need this Dallas Cowboys defense to do is to keep their eyes on the prize, keep their heads on a swivel, and recognize that Dan Campbell will run trickery on this Dallas Cowboys defense. Dan Campbell is known for running trick plays that throws the defense off. Remember that play where Jared Goff pretended to fall after the snap? Nah, that wasn't against our Cowboys, but they did run that play against another team. We can't have our defense falling for the trick plays because they will get burnt over the top. But I want this defense to play aggressive, but I also want this defense to play smart. I want them to play disciplined football. With a couple of games under DeMarvion Overshown's belt, if I were Matt Eberflus, I'd unleash his ass on Jared Goff. If our Dallas Cowboys can get on the board quickly and gain a comfortable lead on them early, it's going to force Jared Goff to have to drop back and pass that damn ball. I hope that Matt Eberflus sends pressure a lot. Send pressure more than you have, more than the 41% that you have already. Send pressure on Goff and make him uncomfortable in that pocket. Send 5 instead of just relying on your front 4 to get home every time. Make Jared Goff have to scramble. He's not a fast quarterback, so our linebackers can get at him if we so choose to. But in the Lions game against the Green Bay Packers, their secondary struggled against Jordan Love in their passing attack. They were barbecue chicken out there, Cowboys Nation. With Prescott, Lamb, and Pickens connection, I got a feeling that they're going to try to play more zone and they're going to try to take away that deep ball. I'm going to need Dak Prescott to take what the defense gives him, though, Cowboys Nation. He's been having a problem with doing that. We see how deadly those slant routes can be versus opponents when George Pickens gets those slant routes, even CeeDee Lamb. So let's continue to hit those guys with the quick passes. Remember, the Lions still have Aiden Hutchinson, so they do have a pass rush that could get after Dak Prescott. So Dak, you're going to have to get the ball out a little quick this time. But if you know football, you know that if a defense is playing quarters coverage, you know that getting the ball out to the flats is one way in beating quarters coverage. Bubble screens, slant routes, quick drags, they also beat quarters coverage. Setting up the run game so that the play action can become a huge factor? Hey, that's going to be something that really gashes the Detroit Lions. But this game is going to be a chess match between coaching staffs, Cowboys Nation. How can Brian Schottenheimer scheme our guys to beat their defensive coordinator's game plan? Beating quarters coverage is going to be a huge thing for our offense to have to do. Run more dagger concepts, more clear-out routes with a drag across the middle so you can have a check down. Get Jake Ferguson and Ryan Flournoy more involved in the game plan. That'll help as well, Cowboys Nation. Flood concepts can also be effective against quarters coverage. Our Dallas Cowboys love to run those trip concepts with the 3 wide receivers on one side of the line, or they motion the wide receiver over there to gain leverage, or the numbers game. You know what I'm saying, Cowboys Nation? But make the Lions get out of quarter coverage. Make them have to change up their game plan. Make them have to go to a single high so we can just gash them over the top. This is what I want to see, Cowboys Nation. But this is going to be another tough outing for our Dallas Cowboys. We got to go into this game with aggression. We got to go into this game with discipline on both sides of the ball, Cowboys Nation. Winning at our assignments and bullying the opponents. Winning in the trenches and creating holes for Javonte Williams to run through. This is what's going to win us the game. So, Cowboys Nation, the playoffs continue for our Dallas Cowboys. We cannot drop this game to the Detroit Lions. Losing is not an option right now. Let's go into Detroit with the mission to slap people around. Let's go into Detroit with the mission to slap them in the mouth. Real talk. And when they ask for more, you give them more. Kick ass and take names. Kick ass and chew bubble gum, and we're all out of bubble gum because the fate of the season depends on it. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, how do you feel about the upcoming matchup against the Detroit Lions? What's your score prediction for the game? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comments section. If you're digging this content and you want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video, share the content with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device, make sure you hype this video. Doing so will help the channel even more when it comes to getting this content out to Cowboys fans. They can convert to angry Cowboys fans and come over and enjoy the Dallas Cowboys together. And if you are DC for life and you see our Cowboys dominating the game against the Detroit Lions, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdowns, or Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay. Let's go into this game and embarrass the hell out of the Detroit Lions in front of their home crowd. They did it to us. We can return the favor. So let's go ahead and shut the door on their playoff hopes as we continue to keep our playoff hopes alive. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I'm shaking, but I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.